Good evening, everybody. How are you all doing? Hey, this is Pastor B. We're continuing our walk through the book of Job. We're on chapter 38. We're going to pick up at verse 28, and it reads, Does the rain have a father? Who fathers the drops of dew? Well, that'd be God. It'd be obvious. He makes everything. So if he makes everything, don't you think he makes the rain, the drops on the dew, or of the dew? I mean, he produces that so that it can have life, even when it's not necessarily raining. It'll make the humidity go up, and then dew is produced overnight, and then they get a little bit of nourishment. Um, in Texas, it can go several days or weeks without raining, and everything gets brown and nasty looking, and then all of a sudden, God produces rain. But I said the other night, I can't understand how the grass keeps growing or whatever this stuff is, this viney stuff on the ground in Texas. But it's because of the dew. It has just enough to keep the roots moist. So it's going to keep growing even though it's not green because as it comes out, it gets burnt. Um, verse 29 For whose womb comes the ice? Who gives birth to the frost from the heavens? When the waters become hard as stone, when the surface of the deep is frozen, he does all that. He controls all the weather. He made the seasons. He made the day. He made the night. He made the earth. He made you. He made me. So he is just reiterating what we already know, that he is everything. Okay, and he's just giving very specific examples of this to drive the point home. And for those that have never heard these words from God, they're now hearing them out of his Bible. When I say there is everything in the Bible, I mean there is everything. He's going to show you what he is, who he is, how he works, how he does stuff for you, how he does stuff for your family, your friends, your coworkers. He'll show you all that. He'll show you life lessons in the stories in his love letter, which is called the Bible. So we got to remember that our go-to book when we're lost is the Bible. Our go-to scripture or script for life is the Bible. I don't down anyone for having to go talk to psychiatrists or counselors, but you can get the answer for free from God. And talking to psychiatrists and counselors, it does help. It gets it out there, just like your friends and your family. We should lean on our friends and family when we're in trouble emotionally. You should have that person, whether it's a friend or a family member, that you can go to and you can tell them anything without being judged. Okay, and if you don't have that person in your life, it It very well could be God, because I give everything to God. I have the people in my life that I can talk to, that I get advice from, ask them what they think about this and what they think about that. And used to, before I brought God into my life full time, usually whatever they told me, I did the opposite. But now I talk to them, talk to God, and then I'll talk to somebody else, then I'll talk to God, and I just keep talking to God. And then He will answer me in some manner, whether it be a dream, whether it be something I see, whether it be in the sky, or I watch somebody go through something very similar, or I, I don't want to lead you wrong. When I see people out in public and they're talking, or they're having an argument, or they're having a discussion of any kind, I listen very closely to both sides of that. And then I look at my life and figure out, is there anything that they were talking about that is connected to my life? Is God trying to tell me something through someone else? Or He may send a messenger directly to you. So do know that He does that. You might get that random phone call from one of your advisors that goes, "Hey, God told me to call you today. What's going on?" This is real, folks. This happens in my life. And someday you will meet some of these people that actually call me out of the blue, or I'll call them out of the blue and go, "What's going on? You've been on my mind all day. Something's going on with you." And that's a relationship. That's a true relationship, a true friendship, not just with that person, but also with God. Because God is putting that eager feeling of calling in my body or in their body, and boom, it manifests. Can you bind the chains of the Pleiades? Pleiades? Can you loosen Orion's belt? No, we can't. No matter what we're doing, the normal average Joe does not even have access to space. And that's what he's talking about, Orion's belt. And I cannot say that other word, but I know it's part of the galaxies. Um, so know that even he controls the stars. He says in the Bible many times that you will be as numerous as the stars. I don't know if you've ever not been in a city and you looked up, you can't even begin to count them. And then he also talks about being as numerous as the sand on a seashore. Okay, there's no way to count that. He knows how many granules of sand are there, but we don't. So why do we even try to calculate that? Most people are like, well, I don't. That's right. Because you got it. You got what he was trying to say to you. It's like that's more than you can ever count. Can you bring forth the constellation in their seasons, or lead out the bear with its cubs? No, but God gave the bear life. God gave the universe its life. God gave Earth its life. And if there's any life on any other planet, that's not for me to know. Um, it's not something that I think about because we got enough chaos going on right here in our own world. What do we need about worry about another world for? Okay, when God ends the earth, do you think he's going to move us to Jupiter? No, he's going to take us to the kingdom of heaven. So why do I care if there's life on Mars? Why do I care if they come and invade the earth? And that's the way that he ends the earth. Because I know I'm going to heaven. So why worry about things in your world that have nothing to do with you and that you shouldn't? Worry is a form of the devil getting in you, and then it turns into stress, and then it turns into sickness, and then it can even turn into death. Okay, that's how the devil manifests in you. When you let him in, you give him that much room, it ends up being this much room. That's a lot bigger than your brain, ain't it? Okay, that means he could take over your chest, your legs, your midsection, whatever he wants. If you let him in, he's going to take advantage of it. So never let the devil in. Do you know the laws of the heavens? Can you set up God's dominion over the earth? No. God has told us that he created heaven and earth. Okay? Someone sent me a message. Did he create heaven and earth at the same time? Um he was living somewhere, so I'm going to say heaven was created before earth was. Was it created on the same day? Not exactly sure. But people didn't exist. Animals didn't exist. So I would almost say simultaneous because God didn't need something or somewhere to live. He created earth so that we had somewhere to go. The living things had somewhere to go. Okay? The birds, the bees, all of them. They're going up there with us. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be like the busiest place that we've ever seen. There's going to be always something happening and something going on, praising or singing. I mean, he says we can't even fathom what we're going to see. We can't even understand what we're going to see when we walk into the kingdom of heaven. Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think it's customized to each person. One person standing here likes it 70 degrees. One person here likes it 80 degrees. I believe it'll be 70 degrees here and 80 degrees here. That's just my belief. I have no science. I have no facts. I have nothing that says that. But you're going to have a new body. You're never going to hurt. That means you'll never be cold. You'll never be hot. You'll never go hungry. You'll never go thirsty. You'll never want for clothes because you get a fresh white robe. Okay? And you get a new name that only you will know when you go to the kingdom of heaven. So I, I don't see any downside to it. Can you raise your voice to the clouds and cover yourself with a flood of water? No. I think about that picture that I've seen, and I don't even know where I've seen it, but you'll see the wave coming over, and it's taller than God. And it's just a picture, it's just a still picture, but that wave is coming over like God is coming, and that wave is coming with him. To me, that is an awesome thought because when I see that, that wave is him coming to get us, and we'll be washed as clean and as white as snow when he does come and get us. Do you send lightning bolts on their way? Do you report? Do they report to you? Here we are. No. Again, we can't control the weather, and they don't report to us. Okay? And God's telling you that right there. You got to look into what he said. Do they report to you? Here we are. That means even the lightning answers to him. I just blew my own mind. Who gives the abyss wisdom or gives the roosters understanding? Not us. You can think that you teach your rooster to do this, or you think you taught your rooster to do that, or your pig or your cow. No, you didn't. God gave them their wisdom just like he gave us our wisdom. So we can't take the the credit for something that God did in any way. That's boasting in the wrong way. Verse 37. Who has the wisdom to count the clouds? Who can tip over the water jars of the heavens? Not us. We don't control that. We don't control anything in heaven. The only thing we control is our destiny to get to heaven. And once we get there, then we can see all of it. We can see what exactly he does on a daily basis. And I think that's probably will make most people in awe of him is how many things he really does. He knows all, he does all, he is all. So he has to control all. And that's pretty amazing, especially when some of us go, man, I'm so busy I can't even go to the store. Wow, that's amazing because God's about, 20 billion times busier. When the dust becomes hard and the clods of the earth stick together, okay, that's when you see the cracks. That's because the soil is so dry, and anything that is stuck to each other at that point, it's just stuck there. Okay. And until water touches it again, it is stuck in that position. That's how we get rock. That's how we get fossils. I do understand that part of it. So I do have a little bit of understanding. Do you hunt the prey for the lioness or satisfy the hunger of the lions? When they crouch in their dens or lie in wait in the thicket, who provides food for the raven when its young cry out to God and wonder about for the lack of food? Again, God does all this. And this is the Lord telling you, this is everything that I do. These are just little small examples. Okay? When your baby's hungry, you feed it. Well, God provides the food chain. God provides the means and for you to go buy the formula or go buy the baby food. He gives you a job. He gives you the wisdom to get that job. He gives you the education to, to understand how to get that job. And then he leads you through that job step by step and makes you a professional and makes you as good as you want to be at that. I have been told on several occasions that I'm like a chameleon. I can fit in anywhere. That's not me. That's God that runs through me. But it's not a bad thing. I embrace that. That means that I can be around anybody and fit in. I love that fact because that gives me an edge on trying to find the insert of where I can introduce God into a conversation. And anybody that you talk to that knows me, they will tell you I talk all the time about God. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Yeah, I have my down moments, but there's always something going on in my mind or in my body that has something to do with God. That's how much I love my God. That's how much I cherish what I have with God. So maybe you can learn something from that. And we will continue this tomorrow night. Let's go ahead and go to the Lord in prayer. Lord, thank you. Thank you for the wisdom that you give all of us and all the things that you provide in our lives. Lord, provide whatever is needed in anybody's world tonight. Fulfill their every need of food, clothing, water, shelter, not being beat by their spouse or by their parents. No one shooting someone. Make the violence go away, at least for a day. And Lord, please watch over anyone on a prayer request list, anywhere in the world. And Lord, also, please watch over the world leaders so that we can live in a little bit more peaceful place. I ask all of this in your precious and holy name, Jesus. Amen. And remember, y'all, like, follow, share, subscribe. Y'all have a great night. God bless you. I love you. And God also loves you.